Okay, guys, let's go over the classwork problems together. These two, the first set, review writing in a log form, so you're not solving for x or anything. So you just write it, log base 8, and then loop around, 4096 equals 4. And that's it. Second one, log base 6, loop around, 7776 equals 5. And that's it. Log base 12, loop around, of x equals 3. So that's all you had to do for the first part. Second part, I want you to do the opposite. We're going to write it in exponent form, starting with your base. So this, the base of x, x to the 4th power equals 12, and you're done. Here, base is 2. 2 to the 7th power equals 128, and you're done. Here, 5 is the base to the 5th power equals 3125. Now again, I'm sure these aren't like super accurate with the numbers, but it's just a practice of, writing them. Now, the last set wants you to find x. In order to find x, you need to write it in exponent form. So here, we're going to start with the base of 3. So 3 to the x power equals 81. So then, according to your chart, x must be 4. Okay? Same idea here. In order to evaluate and find x, you have to write it in exponent form. So 6 is the base to the x power equals 1,296. So then, use your chart of powers and see what it would be. It would be x equals 4. Here, now, we haven't done this one too often, so if you skip this, I understand. This is the common log. The common log has a base of 10, so write a little 10 here. They never write a 10 when it's just a log of itself. This is the log you find in the calculator. So if you see a problem like this and there's not a little base, it's always going to be a base of 10 and you write it in there. So now we're going to do 10 to what power equals 10,000. So then that happens to be 4. Did not mean for them all to be 4, I guess it just happens that way. Now let's look at the bottom 3. This is the estimating between what two integers. Again, that just means what two whole numbers. That's all it means. So let's take a look here. This means, so in order to do it, you have to rewrite it. So 2 to what power of y equals 26? Well, we've already gone over 2 to the 4th power is 16, and 2 to the 5th power is 32. So you could see in between, this would have to be, so this answer is between 4 and 5. Here, taking a look at this one. Doing the loop and rewriting it, 5 to the y power equals 850. So you have to use your chart again to kind of go in and say, all right, what's near it, what's not? Well, 5 to the 3rd is 125. Okay. And then 5 to the 4th is 625. So you can still see that's still too small. So it has to be here between 4 and 5. Totally did not mean to do that, just ironic that they both have to be 4 and 5. Here, again, now if they don't have anything here, put an equals x or a y. It doesn't matter. You do that so you know, oh, I got to do 4 to what power makes 1,000. So now again, looking at your powers chart, try to come up with between what two numbers would it be. And as I look at my power chart, it's going to have to be between, well, 4 to the 4th is 256, and 4 to the 5th is 1,024. It's going to have to be in between here. Totally did not mean to do that. Well, I guess they all happen to be between 4 and 5. The back page, guys, solving is the same thing as what you just did on these last part here. Okay, the last set of this sheet is what this is basically about. It also reviewed from the drill. So, here, solving for x, you have to do the loop method. So 2 to the x power equals 32. Well, from our chart of powers, that's going to have to be x equals 5. Okay? This, you really probably don't even need to loop. You don't have to loop it, because 4 to what power makes 64? That's just going to be 3. Okay? You don't have to do that. Only do the loop if it's in log form. Here, so loop it. 2 to what power would make 4? That has to be 2. See? Only do the loop, okay, if it's in log form. Here, okay, this is not a whole number. You can see from your charts, this is the estimate one. Okay, this is an estimate. So 3 to the second power is 9. 3 to the third is 27. So this answer is between 2 and 3. I'll just shorthand that. Here, log form, so I'm going to do the loop, but I actually have to loop to the left. So 2 to what power makes 7? Well, clearly this isn't a whole number, okay, so we're going to estimate, because it's not one of our chart. So it'll be, let's see, 2 squared is 4, 2 to the third is 8, so this is going to have to be between 2 and 3. Same concept, log form, I'm going to do a loop. 3 to what power makes 16? This does not exist, so it's going to be an estimate problem. So 3 to the second power is 9, 3 to the third power is 27. So you can see 16 is between those, so it's going to be between 2 and 3. Now this one is one like the drill today. So what you need to do is, before doing anything else, divide by 3 to both sides. So you get 2 to the x plus 6 power equals 8. Then let's do that change of base. Make it easy. We don't have to think too much about it. No logs or anything. Change of base. So x equals negative 3. This one, you don't have to estimate. 2 to what power is 16? That's on your chart. X equals 4. This one's like the drill today. You don't have to do anything in particular except change a base. So cross those off. So x equals negative 1. Here, we're going to have to estimate this because this doesn't exist. So 3 to the third, we already said is 27. 3 to the fourth is 81. It's going to have to be between here. So I'm going to say between 3 and 4. So looking around the room, okay, you can see green and yellow papers. You are going to be handed a green or yellow scavenger hunt student sheet paper. It reviews this right here. It's a mix between change of base, estimating, and finding a particular number, okay, and rewriting in log form. This green or yellow paper will be collected. If you have a green paper, you're working on the green scavenger hunt. If you have a yellow paper, you're working on a yellow scavenger hunt. Remember, the problem is underneath the flap. Lift the flap, find the problem, copy it down, solve it on your paper, and go find your answer. When you're finished, you will be given the homework. Next class, we're going to review when you first come in, and then we're going to take a quiz on this. So again, the scavenger hunt will be collected for a class or grade, and then you will be given your homework to start.